as I was putting it away, I almost dropped it. This is going to make sense in a couple of minutes, but as I picked it up to put it back in the display case, the antenna poked me in the finger and I almost dropped it. So this is gonna make sense in a couple of seconds. Hold on. Hey, welcome back to Frank's Model Works. I'm Frank. It's been a while since I've done a model cars and coffee, and let's just jump right in. This week I'm going to be featuring an AMT 1969 GTX that I painted in MCW Model Car World Automotive Finishes A4 Silver. Sharp looking car in real world, but the AMT kit has a lot of issues with the body. I can't really go into all of them here. It's beyond the scope of what Model Cars and Coffee are about. But there's shape issues with the rear quarter panels, the way the rear of the car itself looks, the rear wheel well openings, pretty much everything from the door opening back. You know, the back line of the door opening back is problematic on the AMT kit. The Johan 1969 Roadrunner is considered by most people to be dimensionally correct, although it might be slightly undersized, almost at 1/26 scale rather than 1/25 scale. But again, that's a discussion for another day. I built this probably 3 years ago, and I wanted to continue. I had already put a couple of vinyl tops on using Marcos Cruz's method for applying a vinyl top to a model car, and I wanted to do another one, but I wanted to do it on this body. So what I wound up doing was taking an AMT body. I have a Johan body. I traced the fender, the rear wheel opening, and then off of the Johan model, and then applied it to this body, and then tried to shape the fender well openings, and then I tried to shape over here in by where the sail panel comes down. It didn't help that much. It's still, like, to look at it, that's anybody who knows the 1968 and 69 Satellite Roadrunner GTX is gonna look at that and they go, yeah, it's an AMT. They're going to know that's not a Johan. So, with the advent of 3D printing, it'd be a good idea. Somebody made a drop-in replacement corrected body for this, so you could still use the glass and the chassis and the interior, but just corrects the shape issues. And I realized Andre Bezrodny made a 1/24th scale Roadrunner body, and it's not quite a drop on because of the scale and scaling issues, but maybe that's something to explore in the future because they do have the file. But this kit, this model itself, was one of the ones where I just wasn't happy with it at the end because the shape issues weren't resolved. Another thing that really, really bothers me about this build is that this sheet of bare metal foil that was used on this car was the height of pandemic bare metal foil. During the pandemic and immediately following the pandemic, there were, I had to have bought probably 10 to 15 sheets of bare metal foil that would not stick to anything. I don't know what the problem was. They've since been more or less straightened out. As of 2023, I bought several sheets of bare metal foil at NNL East, and they're okay. If you're looking for the good bare metal foil, you want to look for one that says new improved chrome in a Ziploc bag. If it's in like a paper envelope that you have to open up it's old. Don't buy it. You're looking for bare metal foil in a Ziploc bag. You know what? Hold on. I get you one. Stand by. All right, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Is the model's still there. That's unfortunate. Of all the models that I've dropped, never dropped that one. It falls apart when I touch it, but never dropped it. So this is what you're looking for, okay? In the Ziploc bag, and it says new improved chrome. Okay? Don't buy the ultra bright chrome that's more like Mylar-ish. And don't buy it if it's in like, I don't even have one of the bad sheets to show you, because they made me so angry I was going to eat them. I know I have issues, but that's besides the point. And again, this is not a knock on the product. This was a reality of what was going on at the time. There was other manufacturing concerns that needed to be addressed, and you know, a model car accessory manufacturer probably winds up pretty low on the list of priorities for suppliers. You know what I mean? Like, getting their hands on a product was probably very difficult at the time. Nevertheless, I wound up using for parts of this car, notably the bottom trim that's along here. I used that Hasegawa chrome film. It's okay. It looks okay. It doesn't conform well. Like bare metal foil, when it works, it works pretty well. It conforms and it looks nice. It's a convincing look. But the Hasegawa stuff doesn't conform as well. It's very bright. It almost looks like it's like a Mylar consistency, and it stretches. So I don't know, like the utility of us, like, since it doesn't conform well, it doesn't stick especially well. I did get away with using it on the 69 Super B because I couldn't get bare metal foil at one point, even the bad sheets. But what I was experiencing was an inability for it to really conform well to the curves that I needed it to. I was also using this at the time to try to cinch down. This is micro metal foil adhesive made by Microscale. This is really supposed to be used for, like, if you're going to use kitchen aluminum foil to make let's say a P51 Mustang plane. You were going to put like a real aluminum finish on it, and you're going to use kitchen foil. You would use that. It's like stickum. Like you put that on the surface, it goes from opaque to clear, and you don't see it anymore. And then the surface you applied it to is then sticky. I was using it to try to get the foil to stick with that, but I don't know. It just didn't work out. This is one of those models, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this on a Model Cars and Coffee is that there are models that are just frustrating. You know, you finish them, you get through them, and then at the end you just like I won't bring this to a show. I won't, you know, I do feel bad. It is an inanimate object, but, you know, like, of course, because it's a model car, I have a sentimental attachment to it, but I don't know, I've tried it. No matter what I do, I can't bring myself to just accept it. So for the most part, it just sits in my display case, and I bring it out. It's a sharp looking car. I'm gonna play some pictures of it, and a little bit of video. But at the end, I mean, this is, you know, let's take a look at some pictures of it, and we'll be right back. So like I said, it doesn't present too badly, but it's one of those things where I know where all the flaws are, and there's a lot of them on this, so my eye goes directly to it. And for whatever reason, I had such high hopes for this thing because the car that I modeled it after really was pretty. It was a really nice looking car, and this didn't live up to it. So I don't know. Maybe one day. I liked the job that I did on the wheels, the Magnum 500s. I like that it has red lines on. I had to glue the wheels because they are posable, but they don't move in unison. So half the time the thing looks cross-eyed. So I just glued them so that it's eternally turning left. If I did a halfway decent job on the engine. It's not that bad. It's nothing spectacular. The interior is okay. Simple black with wood accents. But it's just not my best work. A lot of unforced errors. I did a halfway decent job on the vinyl top, but I think it turned out too flat. Vinyl top should have a light sheen to it. And rather than use semi-matte, I think I couldn't get semi-matte clear, and I wound up just putting flat on it, and it just it doesn't look right. But boy, this has been fun, huh? About what, 8 minutes of me complaining about a model car that I built? Yee. Alright, well, I've been wanting to feature this car on the channel for a long time, but I don't have a lot of pictures of it. And I don't have a lot of video of it. And I'm not going to get rid of it. I won't throw it out. I won't bust it up for parts. It's built. It's just, I'm sure we all have. Let me know down in the comments if you have a model like this. It's not that you hate it. I don't hate this model. It's definitely not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite, to be honest with you. And again, my sentiment. Don't say that, Frank. It's right there. It can hear you. No, it can't. It's an inanimate object. But I do feel... See, now I'm looking at it. Now I feel bad for it. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll pull off the really, really bad chrome foil trim. And what annoys me when I look at it is that the chrome foil trim is so crinkled up. Like it looks crunchy from far away. It looks like it's so crinkled up it looks like glitter. So now I'm starting to not like it. All right, before I Hulk smash this model, I'm gonna end this right there. So this has been another episode of Frank acting like a maniac, and we'll see you again next week with another episode of Model Cars and Coffee. But as always, I got Frizzo's back. I appreciate your support. And until we speak again, my friends, take care of yourselves and be well.